morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, I believe the 12th, day after Veterans Day. So I just took the trash out, my trash day, and I thought, you know, I'm out here. I got about 45 minutes before my session, so why not beat up on Ted? Go on inside, babe. My little dog. Oh, you know what? I've been meaning to show you guys my Ted. He's pretty beat up. I mean, look at him. He's not clean anymore. The bats and the knives sure scar him up, and I like seeing him that way. He's all dirty. And I made a mistake. I used my husband's machete once. It had the sleeve on it still, but it cut through the sleeve and Ted. So he's got a cut on his shoulder. But that's for the PERPS. So, Dixie, stop, baby. Here, you want to be on camera? Look, babe. There you go. Say hello, everybody. She's not interested. Anyhow, a little fun stuff there. So there's Ted, all beat up, scarred, and as he should be. So, here we go. There goes my dog. Disgusting politicians in the military, judges, all of you are all fucking nasty people. All about power and your fucking egos. You're disgusting! Again, I talked about this a long time ago, but I guess I should from time to time. My husband taught me how to strike with force. And that is to, get your feet in the, one foot in front of the other and kind of rock yourself back and forth. So, if someone pushes on you, you're not going to. So when you swing, twist your whole body. And your blows are stronger. Because I used to just stand here and do this, which is good, but I found it put a lot of pressure on my shoulders and neck. So, but if you twist, you can really get it. Scar up his face. All of them. Smash their brains out because they're sick people. Disgusting! Die! And yell. I know you're going to be self-conscious of neighbors and stuff, and if you're in an apartment complex, I guess you could shout into pillow. I just found that when I did it into a pillow, I felt like it was going into my hands. So if you're going to do a pillow, just be on your bed and holler down into a pillow. Don't put it back into yourself, which, I don't know, it's maybe not what's happening, but I just felt like I was going back into my hands, and I didn't like it, so. Anyhow, yeah. I was doing my timeline, and instead of having it be, groups of 5 and 10 years, I broke it up into 2-year segments, and as a child, even 1-year segments. To come to realize I have 2 solid years, ages of 9 and 10, that there's nothing there. And I'm like, why would a perp ever give you a break? So I still have more stuff to remember, obviously, and I kept thinking about that time period and what was going on, and I had this vague recollection of being in, I believe it was 6th grade, 1976, and Gerald Ford was, Nixon had resigned a couple years earlier, as well as his vice president, and so Gerald Ford was selected to be the president, and I read the first time in history someone not elected to either position became the president. And I thought, well, that's interesting. So, and I remember in 6th grade, me and one other girl went from classroom to classroom to classroom campaigning for Gerald Ford. And I thought, why on earth did I ever do that? I've always remembered it, you know, the back of my mind. It's not something deeply repressed. So I just thought, oh, some teacher probably talked me into it, which is probably the case, but very interesting. And that was the time period that I'm missing is 9 and 10 years old. So anyway, I had some memories about that. Exciting stuff. Just surface level stuff. But I know it's right because when I looked up images on Google for those people in that time period, my body just started having all sorts of reactions. My butt was clenching, my thighs were clenching, my inner thighs, so there's something there. And it's surrounding the Gerald Ford presidency and his daughter, I might add, Susan Ford, because I had an image of her pop up in my head. I didn't know it was her. I had an image pop up in my head, and an hour earlier I was looking at Gerald Ford's stuff. So I checked it out. Yeah, he's got a daughter. Her name's Susan. She was like, I think, had her prom at the White House. And an hour later, I'm laying down to go to sleep, and all of a sudden I have this image pop up into my head of this woman in this head wrap. And she turns and looks at me, and it's diamonds all around the edge of the thing. And I thought, well, who the heck is that? And like I said, again, I went and said, well, who is Gerald Ford's daughter, Susan Ford? And I looked up her pictures for that time frame, and bam, that was her, Susan Ford, in my memories. So it's always gobsmacking to me what you learn. Anyhow, got to beat on her a little bit because I think she's a real twisted bitch. It got me thinking about my sister again and what a nasty bitch she was. All handlers just gotta control people, control them, take advantage, use and use and use for your own selfish egos. It's awful, sickening. And your twisted pleasures, twisted desires, all around sex and death, should be ashamed. How dare you? How dare you hurt me? How dare you? And obviously there were other memories that went with that, but whew. So, and you know, I realized I was thinking as I was really tired yesterday because I was up late the night before and only had like 5 hours sleep, and I made myself stay up all day so that I could fall asleep earlier. And so I went in my room about 9, did some prayers and read the Bible a little bit, laid down about 10. And sure enough, my mind's just awake and going and going. It's 11 o'clock. I'm like, I thought, I don't want to have anxiety about going to sleep. So I asked the parts, I said, you know, I worked on our stuff for 8 hours today, and I've recorded these new memories, and not quite caught up with my paperwork for all the stuff, but so if you guys could give me a break, that'd be great. said, I will get to each and every one of you. It's just time. Time. And I don't like putting them off, but you do have to have rest. And I started doing that about 2 or 3 weeks ago because I needed to get caught up on videos. And, you know, it's pretty cool. They gave me a break for like 3 days and I got caught up. So they're working with me now, and that's really nice. And my fear is always that the ones that are the deeper repressed levels that haven't revealed yet and are not co-conscious are going to feel like neglected or pushed away. But I always kind of shout out down there to them, you know, I'm not forgetting about you, you know, I'm ready and waiting and willing. I'll have your memories whenever you choose to give them to me, but right now, today, I need a little rest, and they're gonna let me have it, so that's kind of cool. Anyhow, let me do a few more whacks. Sick, disgusting politicians and bureaucrats. All these leaders of the world, they're just sick, disgusting, twisted, egotistical devil worshippers. Satan, you're done! You're done! It just gobsmacks me, the idea that people embrace this disgusting, evil stuff. I mean, how do you even wrap your mind around that? And then on top of it, that you were abused by it. It's a lot to digest for sure, but it's doable. It's doable without losing your mind. So have TED Talks, beat them up, get them dirty and scratched and scarred, and you know, when you come out to your area, wherever I'm assuming your TED's in the garage or your workout room or whatever, but every time you walk in there, I come out to get something from my freezer and I'll just walk by and go, fuck you, nasty people. And that's about 15 or 20 seconds, and then I go back in. So, oh, and lastly, well, I guess I'll talk about this in the journal, the other video, but record your videos, record your TED Talks, and I'll explain why later. Anyhow, love all you guys. Here's my prayer of late is that, dear Jesus, please help and watch over, protect and comfort, and help to survive all those on the planet. Babies, infants, children, teens, adults, elderly, everybody on the planet in war zones, abused, satanic ritual abuse, domestic abuse, all of it, every form of oppression and pain, and people suffering from the evildoers on this planet. Please help them to survive. As they survive, help them to grow. As they grow, help them to remember. As they remember, help them to heal. As they heal, help them remember that you were there and help them to survive. And in that memory, they know that you are their warrior. And in knowing that, they become your warrior, just as you did for me. Thank you, Father. Anyhow, love you all. I'll see you in my journal. I'm going to do I think it's this afternoon or tomorrow. So have a great day. Love you all. Bye.